স্বপ্নের জন্য প্রযুক্তি, হালকা শিল্পে উন্নতি, টুল অ্যান্ড টেকনোলজি ইনস্টিটিউট করবে সবই।
Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm here with you again. In my first class, I introduced you with Mechatronics, and this is here. I will introduce you one more important thing in Mechatronics, which is sensor. This is Tomsri Mahanto, Assistant Engineer, Tools and Technology Institute, BTech Dhaka. These are the outlines of my slide. First of all, what is sensor? A device that could sense is a sensor. I have eyes, I have skin, I have nose, I have sensors in my body. Every intelligent system has a sensor. An intelligent system has to be communicated with the physical world, so it has to be sensed. And this is what is sensor. A sensor get data from the physical world and give some signals in this digital world. So sensor is like input to output device which generate signals from the input one. I will say you some similarities and dissimilarities between sensors and transducers. We all know what is transducer or what is sensor, and we have a little confusion between two of them. First, I will say what is transducer. A transducer actually both are same. A sensor is a transducer, but not all transducer is a sensor. A transducer only convert signal from one form to another, and a sensor convert it in a usable form which we can show, which we can use. It can be electrical or electronics. I will introduce you to some performance terminology of sensors. What is range, span, or error are like some characteristics of sensors. What is range? Range of a transducer or sensor defines the limit between which the input can vary. So it is the input range. The span is the maximum value of input minus the minimum value. For example, a load cell for the measurement of forces might have a range of 0 to 50 kilonewton and a span of 50 kilonewton. Then what is error? Error is the difference between the measurement and between the true value. We need to know error of our sensor. We all need that our system will be accurate. So we need accuracy. What is accuracy then? Accuracy is the extent to which the value indicated by a measurement system might be wrong. So it is the summation of all the errors we have. The one more important thing is sensitivity. Our sensor has to be sensitive. So what is sensitivity? Sensitivity is the relation indicating how much output we get per unit of the input. So it is the relationship between the input and output. We have another error in our sensor that is hysteresis. And what is hysteresis? We have a mechanical background. What is hysteresis? Look, this is what hysteresis actually. Hysteresis is the variance of the output for the same input in a sensor. Another most common error in our sensor is non-linearity. We all want our sensor will be linear so that we can easily communicate or easily understand the outputs for various input. So what is non-linearity? Non-linearity is the non-linear relationship between the input and output. Another most common factor for our sensor is repeatability or reproducibility. What is repeatability then? Repeatability is it sounds like it is the same output for the same input for a repeated time varies. Another most wanted factor for any system is stability. What is stability then? Stability is the same output for the constant input over a period of time. And what is drift? Someone may confuse with drift and stability. Drift is often described the change of output for a constant input over a time. Another one is deadband or time. What is deadband? Deadband is the limit in which there is no output in our sensor. Another most common factor is resolution. We all want a high resolution television set. So what is resolution then? Resolution is when the input varies continuously over the range, the output signal for some sensor may change in small steps. We have learned about the characteristics. Now, selection of the sensors. So, how we could select a perfect sensor for our system? First of one, input. What is our input data is? That could be velocity, that could be light, that could be any displacement or position. That could be our input data. So, for this selective criteria, we have to choose our sensor. And the second one is output. What is our required output for our sensor? For that criteria, we will choose our sensor. And the third one is some specific criteria like the cost, power supply, accuracy, linearity, or speed, response, and reliability, and linearity, and this kind of things, and sometimes maintainability and life. Some most common sensors are displacement, position, and proximity sensors. By position sensors, we have to sense our position. These sensors may be two kinds. Some has contact with the physical world and some may be non-contact. So, two types of sensors. One is contact and another is non-contact sensors. Like in the potentiometer sensors, that is contact sensors. In our any resistive sensors, that is a contact sensors. But in capacitive sensors, that sensor is non-contact sensor. That's enough for our theory class. In my next class, I will introduce you to some practical sensors that we regularly use in our day-to-day life. Like the sensors we have in our TV remote control, we have gyroscope in our mobile phone and touch screen in our mobile phone. I will introduce you to all of them. So that's enough for today. Thank you everyone for being with me. I'll be here with you again in my next class.
স্বপ্নের জন্য প্রযুক্তি, হালকা শিল্পে উন্নতি, টুল অ্যান্ড টেকনোলজি ইনস্টিটিউট করবে সবই।